what's going on with the video. Hopefully the audio is working. If not, uh, you know, we will work on it. I really don't know what's going on. I've tried every setting to get Twitch to work with the programs that I'm working with, and I'm at a loss. So if you're out there, you're listening to this, you want to give me some advice, hit us up at RP Grinders or at Frank Branches, at Eric RPG or at Break underscore man, and hopefully we can get this rectified. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do. Wyland, do you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. I don't know what's going on. Some weird shit going on with streams and Twitch not playing with YouTube. Dungeon Buster was kind enough to let us know about that a couple weeks ago. Still no real good fix. I hope maybe the YouTube. Can you check YouTube, Eric? See if YouTube is working. And then keep that link to put into chat from time to time for for people to be able to hear us, at least, hopefully. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. It's funny because the videos get uploaded and those are all good, but the live feed for some weird fucking reason is messed up when it comes to Twitch, and I don't get it. I really don't. It says it's unstable, the bit rate. But see, if I take the bit rate down, maybe I could do that. Let's see. Let's see if I can take down the bit rate a little bit. Maybe that'll help. No, can't do it there. Nothing there. I really don't know. If somebody is really good with live streaming and could let us know how to fix some issues, that it'd be greatly appreciated, because I really don't know what to do. Okay. What was that? That was weird.
There's a video I'm playing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. If you're just joining, we're just waiting on Break to get here. We haven't started yet. I'm on with Eric. We made it through another week, which is good. Shit, I don't know what there is left to say, Eric. There's it's just another week of BS, of coronavirus city. What else can you do? I did see that they were, like, Amazon was ending hazard pay, which I think is a filthy thing to do to people right now. The richest guy in the world can't afford to pay people an extra $2 an hour. Like, seriously. But so it's things like that that really piss people off. It's kind of shitty, that people are working hard to make sure packages get where they get, and they're met with that type of bullshit. But it's capital cronyism at its finest. I mean, what can you do? What can you do, Eric? Losing a lot of fucking frame rates. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna have to work on that later. But we'll just get through this week, and then I'll do some more work. Try to get it better. I don't know what to say. I mean, hopefully people are still catching us on archives, etc. So, whatevs. But thanks for everybody that's joining us on the archives. I know I don't shout you guys out enough, but you guys do an awesome job listening to the show, etc., etc. Really appreciate it. Coming up, we have our... Wow, Eric, in exactly 2 months, we're going to have our 600th episode. That's going to be interesting. Lots to discuss then. Some of the changes that have been made over the years with Grinders. We've been doing this for 12 years, Eric. You've been the longest tenured other than myself host on Grinders. So I guess that's an accomplishment, Eric. I mean, Break's not far behind. He's been here, wow, at least, what, 9 years? Jesus, I can't even remember. But nonetheless, I know not too many weekly podcasts have reached 600 episodes, so that's, that's an accomplishment. Wyland, if you can hear us, let us know. I'm in the dark. I don't know if you can hear us or not. I know the video's not working, and I apologize for that, but the YouTube one is working. So let's get Break. Oh, cool. At least you can hear us. That's cool. No video though, right, Wyland? Can you see video? Or are you in a position to see video? I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but let us know. Oh, you're using Twitch proper. Can you see, Wyland? Are you able to see video? I know the audio is working, but I'm not 100% sure on the video. So let me know if you can see the video. That'd be nice too, to know if you're using Twitch proper, if you can see the video. It should be just the logo with episode 592. Trying to get a hold of Break right now. And then we'll get the show started proper. So you can see the video, Break? Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Break. Wyland. Cool. Well, thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. Let me... What the fuck? Come on. Let's remove and try this again. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's add Break again. Try. How dare you? Yeah, how dare I call you Break? Yeah, that was my bad, Wyland. Sorry to insult you like that. We're going to have a fun show today. Lots of news, which is unusual these past few weeks. So we do have a few news stories, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm trying to call you, Break. Maybe he needs to restart. So we'll just... We'll just continue on here. We won't start the show till we get Break on, but hopefully we'll just do mostly headlines. There's not a lot of major news, but still some news. Some dates and some other stuff. I've got another interesting Heiscapade for y'all today. What else? What else we got? We've got an interesting free-for-all. I don't know, semi-related to the pandemic. I know people have been getting sick and dying from this coronavirus. But I've got an interesting question for you guys when we get there. Also, you're going to want to stick around for Stinkos and my encounter with the police. I'm, if you're no stranger to the show, you know how I feel about the police and the way they act and what they do and how they do it. And I've got a great example of why they're worthless later on. Okay. All right, break. Yeah, we'll just wait for break. He's restarting. Yeah, it should be an interesting time today. Um, I didn't get a chance to look at this free for all topic you put in there, Eric, but that's okay. We can do both. We'll have plenty of time. I'm pretty sure we're just waiting on break to reboot. What else? Um, I got a Sweeto that's almost a Stinko, but it ended up being kind of a really nice Sweeto. Um, but I'll explain that. Eric, what you got? What you got for today? Anything major?
We could talk about the passing of Anime News Network Zach Berkshire.
Okay, that's dark, but okay. Wyland,
Wait. Were you asking for Sweetos or Stinkos? I don't.
No. I'm just saying in general what you want to talk about today. Stuff that happened this week. Maybe you want to get something off your chest. Maybe, while we're doing pre-show banter. If you're just joining, the show's RP Grinders. This is Frank on with Eric. We're just doing a pre-show banter roundabout here, waiting for break to get back on. And
I need to put my water back in the fridge.
Go right ahead and do that, sir. Wyland, that's awesome. Man, that is probably my favorite DC movie by far. I think that movie. I'm talking about Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, which I reviewed. Wow, it was awesome. That right there should have been the way the movies were. And I don't want any excuses because, if they say they couldn't do it for budget reasons, they're full of shit because they definitely had the budget,
I feel like at this point I should just subscribe to Universe.
To DC?
Watch all that. Yeah, so I can watch all that stuff.
Oh man, Eric, you know what? Like I like DC. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but their animation is just far and away superior to Marvel's. I'm hoping Marvel will catch up animation wise, but holy fuck, their animation is just great. I think it would be worth it. It's not in my budget to do it. I've got too many other things going on right now. But, whatever. Let's see. I had to order it since our Target doesn't have it, aka lost them. No, it's they didn't even bother to put them on the shelves, Wyland. They didn't lose them. They're just idiots. Looks like they'll start it next year. What do you mean, Wyland? You mean Marvel? Yeah, I don't know if I have hope for Marvel's animation, but DC hits it out of the park almost every damn time. Like I don't think I've been super disappointed in almost anything that DC has done animation wise. Let's see, Snyder Cut and rumored Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Yeah, but what? Like the Snyder Cut, is that going to change my mind, Wyland? Like, is there any rumored like stuff that was in there that was super spectacular? I didn't like, from all the rumors I heard, it wasn't, to me it didn't seem like really worthwhile. Ayer cut of Suicide Squad? Like what could be in that that's super special, Wyland? Like honestly, like enlighten me. Snyder Cut is 4 hours. Well, okay, but like, what is there anything significant? Am I gonna get any allusions?
I think they said they were gonna make it a mini series rather than a film.
Oh, okay. Completely different film. Like what? So, like how so? Like honestly, like what could have been different about that movie that would have made me like? Honestly, there has not been one DC movie that I've been like super enthralled by it, except for maybe Wonder Woman. I mean, Wonder Woman was great. I liked Aquaman. Okay. I mean, I thought that
Yeah,
was
is that gonna be streaming anywhere? Because I
uh,
doubt they're gonna put it in theaters.
which one? Wonder
Wonder
Woman 2?
Woman.
Oh, it's gonna be in theaters. Like they delayed it, I think, to the end of the summer or towards the end of summer. But I'm excited for that movie. But other than that, like what does DC have to offer movie wise that I would be like in awe of? Like nothing. Like honestly, I would be curious to
I'm
watch
just
it.
saying they should because they're gonna have to delay it again. So
Yeah. Well,
why delay it indefinitely?
then you could say the same thing for um, Black Widow. Like, why didn't they put on that on Disney Plus? They really should have. They could have got a lot of subscribers, I bet. Um, Ayer cut tied into what Snyder was doing. Okay, well, I mean, I could be wrong, Wyland, but like to me, like nothing seems, you know, like it would be. Like it would be the greatest thing in the world. Like I honestly, I'm thinking about the Justice League movie, and I mean, how could they change it? I mean, that sounds significant. Like, what is that? An hour and 15 minutes of extra stuff, but I mean, it better be meaty. Like, there better be some like tie-ins to like Darkseid and like or maybe
I'd
Apocalypse.
rather they just reset the DCU.
I agree because look, you're coming up with Batman with Pattinson, right? Which I've come around to. I think he's going to be a pretty decent Batman. It's got to be better than Affleck, right? I didn't like Affleck as Batman
Snyder
as much.
sucks, and Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel were way too terrible worlds for those characters to inhabit.
No, they could do it, but they could do it, and I kind of like the way they did it, Eric. In all fairness to Snyder,
The only thing I can think of is the reason he did that is to make it so dark that by the time they get together and form the superhero league, they change the world from a world of darkness to a world of light.
yeah, I don't know, but he loved
But
you.
I think that's a stretch. I don't give him that much
Wyland,
credit.
you loved Affleck? Like honestly, like I thought it was the most vapid. Like, I mean, I thought Val Kilmer did a better job as Batman than Affleck. Man, I mean, seriously, like he was low on my list of people to do it. Director cut was infinitely better than theatrical. Yeah, that I agree with.
I haven't seen
Wyland.
it, so I wouldn't know.
I agree with you, Wyland, on that. He says the director's cut of Batman versus Superman was it. I actually liked that movie. Okay, yeah, Bruce Wayne. Yeah, see, okay, as a Bruce Wayne, Affleck, yes. As Batman, no fucking way.
Because everybody else who did Bruce Wayne sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, wasn't it in the comics, Wyland? Like, I'm not super super into the. I did read DC comics, a fair amount, but oh fuck, Jesus Christ. Let me add break here. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once, but
Personally, I blame Frank Miller for poisoning the expectations for what people should have of like DC anything.
well, I mean, yeah, because he was pretty good, man. Wasn't in the comic like it was supposed to be the opposite. Like the Batman was supposed to be kind of goofy at first, and Bruce Wayne was supposed to be the more sophisticated kind of
I want a goofy live action Batman movie that isn't that revels in its goofiness and isn't just goofy because it's George Clooney or whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know, man. To me, it just I don't know. What can like only goofy Batman was the 80s. I thought no, I know that, but like I thought like
And what I'm saying is I don't want it to be that because that already was done in animated form. So they need something that's like it, but like doesn't take itself seriously.
yeah. Well, I guess, maybe Maybe that's the way. I'm gonna try to call fucking break. Hold on. Jesus Christ, man. This is a fucking train wreck before we're even. Fucking A, man. God damn it. This is the trials and tribulations of doing a live show. You know.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I don't like the fact that Wu-Face basically mansplained to me because I know that. That's not what I'm saying.
Original Batman killed people.
I think we need to get away from the serious Batman for a while.
Like the brooding kind of, yeah, I guess.
And that also extends to the rest of the DCU.
All right, Eric, let's try this. Let's see if this works. You gotta love that Skype set. You still there, Eric? Lost Eric. Jesus Christ, man. I'm trying. Okay. Let's see if we can get it. Eric, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try to add break. I don't really know what the hell's going on.
You want to punch kids.
We're trying break. We're trying. Wow. Unavailable. It says unavailable. If you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. We haven't started yet. We're trying to get break on the call. We usually have these stupid issues always. Live show. Oh,
hello?
Break. Yes,
Hello?
break.
Oh,
You're
oh
here.
my God, miracles!
Woohoo!
They're true. They're true. They exist.
Did you punch children or something and you get a wish?
Yeah. Did you happen to punch a child? That's why you're here.
No. Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Let's just go with that then.
We were just then go watch 66. How dare you, Wyland? We're discussing Batman, how we kind of want something different. But I think Pattinson's going to bring something different to that role. I think he's a good actor. So, just didn't like the Twilight
Maybe
movies.
he'll bring us the Lighthouse weird nonsense that we saw.
Oh, man. Lighthouse is so good. I love Lighthouse. Lighthouse is a great movie. It's on streaming on Amazon Prime if anybody has his Amazon
Why don't
Prime.
they make a Batman movie that's like being John Malkovich?
Oh my God, that would be a train wreck, dude. No, I want what I want is what they did with that fucking Apocalypse, Justice League Dark Apocalypse movie. But I want more Swamp Thing. Like Swamp Thing was awesome in that in his small role in that movie. But Swamp Thing is, man, holy fuck. They should renew Swamp Thing, man. I want more Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is awesome. Break, you okay? How was your week, man?
Yeah, it's all right. I thought they were making like a Swamp Thing TV show.
They did. They made one season, and before it even came out, they canceled it.
What?
Yeah.
Can you watch it anywhere though?
They're bringing it to the CW, so you'll be able to watch it there. But it was on, I think, the DC service. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it supposedly was fucking awesome. Derek Mears played Swamp Thing. Derek Mears was Jason in one of the Jason movies. I think it was the remake of Friday the 13th. But I thought he was awesome in that role. But yeah, they canceled it before it even came out. It was surprising. And supposedly it was really good. So I want to watch that. But more Swamp Thing, please. You okay? How was your week? Break? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Let's get started with the show. Eric, you ready?
Yeah.
Break, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's run through these headlines really quick here. Here we go. And And welcome, everybody, to episode 592 of RP Grinders. I'm your winded host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you now that we're finally on the air? we definitely all could use some more cowbell, man. I'm glad you're in good spirits, Breakman. That makes me happy, man.
Make that a Batman villain, cowbell man.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna say Skype is the Batman villain.
Yes. We were discussing Batman before, or like the DC universe, basically, and how great the animated movies are, but how shitty the live action movies were. And Wyland and I were going back and forth about Batfleck and how
I still haven't seen those.
Yeah, they're not the worst movies I've ever seen, but I don't know. Supposedly there's a bigger, deeper cut coming that I'm curious to watch. But let's get into the news, guys. We got lots of news. We're going to try to just do mostly headlines only just to get through it all. But it's nice and refreshing to have a full slate of news for a change. So let's do it. RPG News. All right, Eric, you're up.
Okay, got a delay for you, but the Fairy Tail game that was supposed to come out next month has been delayed by a month.
Yeah, well, that's not bad. Like, a month isn't terrible.
Yeah, that's probably a shipping issue then.
Yeah. But it is due probably to COVID, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, more than likely, that's the date that the manufacturer, the shipping companies are like, okay, that's when we can do it, because they're, God knows, like, they're overworked right now.
Yeah. I'm expecting even more delays. Like, I think we're gonna be in for a good, 6 months of announcements and delays. And I watched a kind of a not a documentary, but a quick news story on Las Vegas, and I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas doesn't open till the end of summer. Like, honestly, wow. Like, and that would be a death blow to some of those casinos, because that's a lot of business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get baseball either.
I've been hearing tell that we will get baseball and football.
I know, I keep hearing that too, but I wouldn't be surprised if they keep pushing it back, and and they're like finally like, no, we just can't do it.
Honestly, with baseball, what is the problem with like having baseball without fans in the stands? Like they could do it. I mean, it's not like, you do get kind of in close proximity to players, but that of all sports, I would think baseball would be the safest. You know what I mean?
I've always said that stadiums are too big to begin with. For some reason, they decided when they built the Bengal Stadium, they decided to go bigger than Riverfront Stadium. They had enough trouble filling Riverfront, and then they decided to go bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, great idea, you idiots. But,
why are there even fans in the stands anyways? I mean, I know they make money from it and parking and, fans in the stands for the ambiance and stuff like that, but isn't the majority of their money made by TV deals? So why don't they just do away with like you said, huge stadiums and just play fucking ball in a stadium without fucking fans? Like, honestly, like, would you have a problem with it, Break? Like, I know the atmosphere would be a little different, no fans and stuff, but honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, seriously.
Yeah, or like the minimum fans. Like, if you just want to have a few fans, I think that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Or no fans, because just think of all the baseball games you've heard of, like fans in the stands yelling stupid shit.
Well, it's even worse.
You're watching it on TV and you still hear them at home, and you still hear them like, God, like, why are you idiots? Like, can they talk to somebody else? Because there are a lot of quiet moments in baseball, so it's easy to hear the fans.
Yeah, it's
like other sports. Yelling
racist shit and stupid shit like that. Yeah, I mean, it's even worse in soccer stadiums, though, man. Like, that shit's insane. But let's move on, Break.
But I mean, how baseball has quiet moments in the game, it's a lot easier to hear the fans when you're watching on TV.
Yeah.
And before we move on, I was gonna say, like, it's watching football so much better at home. Oh my God. Last time I went to a football game, it cost me for two people $250, I think.
Yeah.
And we were way back behind one of the end zones. There were okay seats, but I could have sat at home on my couch and got close up of the action.
Yeah. No, I agree,
And
but
I could have and at the time I had DirecTV, so I could have watched NFL Direct Ticket on the
yeah.
on the four. They set up so you can watch 4 different games at once. It was so amazing.
Yeah. I used to have that too, man. I know exactly what you're talking. Welcome, Commander Root, into chat. Thank you. No, seriously, like, I don't. I mean, I understand like the crowds make a difference when it comes to like home field advantage and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But can we just
Yeah, and speaking of home field advantage, think of like the Legion of Boom, for instance. Like, how annoying is that crowd that they yell so loud that the other team can't hear what they're doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like that's something that'll go away. Like we'll get rid of like the crowd interference, and we'll see
Yeah.
the teams actually play
Yeah.
against each other without.
I mean,
crowds
the purist will argue, well, it's tradition, like you know, that's the point. You have fans so that they could disrupt the other team, but don't we just like to see good football sometimes? Break, like honestly, like who cares? Like that, to me, if they just did away with fans in the stands, like from now on, like I don't think I'd have a huge issue with it at all. And I know that's a real controversial hot take that we could probably discuss another day, but you know what I mean? I don't know.
But I mean, like all the times fans interfere in games and stuff like that and throw shit on the field.
Yeah.
Like imagine all that stuff goes away.
Leave that to wrestling.
Do we lose anything if that shit goes away?
No,
Hell
we
no,
don't.
We gain if that shit goes away.
No, and also, another thing, like we I mean, like, and thinking about that, fans in the stands, like, does it? Who cares? Like you said, it's better to watch on TV, anyways.
And there's always gonna be some jackass every year. At least one baseball game, there's some idiot who wants to run onto the field.
Yeah. You would definitely not have that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Although I will say that one game when the Bengals were playing against, I think it was Green Bay at the time because it was Brett Favre as quarterback. One fan ran out on the field, took the ball out of Brett Favre's hand and kept running, which was pretty funny. But
there are some, there's some funny moments like that. But yeah, I agree with you, man, for sure. Okay, let's move on. Breakman.
Okay, coming to us live from RPG site. Why are you loading? Why aren't you showing? What's going on here? Oh my god.
Break is having the worst time, man, I swear.
Okay, shit, it wasn't loading. Oh, here we go. Phantasy Star Online 2 launched for PC via the Microsoft Store for Windows 10 on May 27th in North America.
If you're waiting for that game on PC, there's your date. So I don't think we need to say much more than that, right?
No, not really.
All right,
there you go.
Let's move on to our third story, coming to us from RPG site. Moonlighter Between Dimensions expansion launches for PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One on May 29th. And, oh, God.
So like the moon. So
Bruce Willis
one of the
and
characters
Sybil
Bruce Willis?
Shepherd.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to.
Yeah, you get to play as Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd in it, so
Nice.
that's really cool, man. It's gonna be priced at $6.99. It was originally released for the PC version in summer 2019. So that's I think I'm pretty sure it's meaty enough for $6.99. So that's cool, All right, Eric, let's move on.
Oh, you woke me up because I fell asleep with all the sports talk.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Eric. So go ahead, man. You're up.
Yeah,
I was just
chat
gonna
kind of
say-
died too. Wyland was like, "Oh, fuck this shit, I'm gone."
I was just gonna say, like, if we add VR, like, Sora Online, so we could probably just do virtual baseball.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what do you got, Eric?
We got new sales figures for Dark Souls 3, but apparently it surpassed 10 million total sales, and the franchise as a whole is at 27 million.
I saw this number earlier, Break and Eric, And this is, I think this is really good news, man. Like those games are in a class all their own. I suck at them, but I love them. Like my first experience was with.
These numbers are purely for Dark Souls, though. No Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro are involved.
Yeah, and that's okay.
That's even better than if those aren't included in these numbers. That's great for Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there you go. That's the story. Break, can you hit the next story? Because I got something to do real quick.
Okay, comes to us live from Silicon Era. XC Games is getting Kandagawa. Is that right? Kandagawa. Jet Girls ready for summer. The folks behind the Senran Kagura series have their sights set on a new genre. Take Wave Race, remove Nintendo, add anime and machine guns.
I thought you were gonna say add anal. That would have been something different.
I would like that even better. The game was like, we have anal. I don't care how bad the game is. I'm buying it.
Oh man, this is something else. Jet Girls with anal. Anyway, is that the DLC? All right.
Yes. Whatever price they could have my wallet. Futuristic jet racing has taken over Tokyo, and teams of two engage in the sci-fi aquatic blood sport in order to chase their dreams. XC Games has announced that it plans to bring Kandagawa Jet Girls to English-speaking fans for the PlayStation 4 and PC sometime summer 2020. Well, that's fucking vague.
That means whatever Code Red lets them.
Yeah, well, usually when they say summer, it probably means we're gonna get it in September.
Yeah,
like mid-September, right before it changes to fall. Players will be able to choose from 7 established teams of 2, then customize their actual jet skis to their liking. Players will have the balanced navigation.
Jet skis with guns.
I was just thinking guts instead jet skis for your liking. Jet skis for your killing is what I was thinking. Players will have the balanced navigating tight turns with weapon-based combat, along with doing aerial tricks to impress the audience and refill their boost engines. Each team will have
I doubt it's actual murder. It's probably just like you could disable their craft and then they are knocked out of the race.
We blow them up at least. I mean, they don't have to die, but can you blow them up?
It'll probably fizzle out.
Yeah, okay. That sounds okay to me. Hot chicks on jet skis is what they should have called this, and that would have probably sold them more.
Well, people wanted Wave Race 64 to come back, so this is the next best thing, I guess, because it has boobs in it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they should have added stuff for the ladies in the audience too, though. Well,
boobs make everything better.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Well, it's called Jet Girls. They don't have guy racers.
Well, I mean, they could have an occasional guy in there, I mean, they do it all the time. I mean, the guys are usually really good looking.
Senran Kagura had some male characters, but not very many.
Yeah, I guess it's all about the chicks. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. Unless you're into that, which is cool too. Okay, let's see. That was Break, so it's my turn next. Comes to us from Silicon Era. Liar Princess and the Blind Prince Android and iOS ports have a story to tell. Okay, so it'll be up May 29th. Liar Princess, Android and iOS. It'll cost 1,960 yen, which is approximately $18. That seems a little excessive, but whatever.
Well, the original game was about that price. So.
Yeah, but still, on the Android, man, you're charging $18 for. Anyways, I don't know, man. I think most any mobile game should cost around like $15 or less.
I don't think mobile games should go anything over $10.
I kind of agree with that, man. I mean, I mean, most of these are ports.
I think it's more like the new, technically new, because it hasn't been available for tax.
Yeah.
So otherwise, they'd probably be selling this at about half the price.
Yeah.
The game's been out for a couple of years.
Yeah. It says
a couple of years old and they're going to sell for this?
Yeah, damn. Exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying, man.
Most of them call this the Liar Company. Damn.
The story will remain the same, but of course it will. Let's see. So There's going to be a few additions. The App Store listing confirmed that in addition to Japanese, English, French, Korean, and traditional Chinese, language will be present. People could use a PS4 controller to play. Actually, that's really cool. Why can't you use an Xbox controller? Jesus Christ, they're like Xboxes, Breakman.
I'm sure there's ways, but I'm sure that more people who own the PS4 port would rather use their PS4 controllers.
They're Xboxes though, man. Fuck that. There will also be a new mode where people can listen to 16 songs from the game. The Akiko Shikata theme song, Tsukiyo no Ongaku Kai, I think that's how you say that, will be included. Did I get that right, Eric?
It sounds close, at least.
Okay, close enough. So there you go. It's immediately available on the Switch and PS4.
It's not like the fuckery completely irrationally, but still justifiably angry when people say Taito instead of Taito.
Yeah, Taito. Taito. Hey, man, is that like a potato thing? No, it's not.
No.
Yes, it is.
For one, it's a proper noun, so no, and it's a name.
It's a Wayland Wyland thing.
And it's also an English-Japanese thing. Don't use English pronunciation for Japanese
you know what?
words.
Let's Wyland. I say Wyland. Break says Wayland. Like, I know it's Wyland. Wyland, let us know who's right. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying. You know who's right on that debate. Okay, Eric. Next story, please.
I get. Let's see. Danganronpa coming to mobile. That's basically it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the second and the third game are going to follow. But
I'm right. You see that, Breakman? You see that in chat? Thank you.
Doesn't say anything
very
about
much.
Ultra Despair Girls, though.
Yeah.
Why? No, he's asking a question. That's all.
No, you pronounce it Wyland,
Say
you son of a bitch.
Wyland says why?
Ooh. It's going to cost $17.99.
Oof,
And the Apple iOS version is going to cost $15.99.
Why is the Apple version cheaper? I wonder. That's weird. They're Androidist.
I think Android's got a higher licensing cost. That's why.
Okay. I guess, but fuck that. That's stupid. Should have less
And
of
you'll need 4 gigabyte space on your phone to download it.
Wow, that's a big chunk, man. 4 gig on a phone? Damn. You better hope.
They said it will be slightly different from the original console and PC releases. For example, now touchscreens, controls, and a new UI designed specifically for mobile devices. So maybe some of the mini games will be less ass now.
Yeah. If I was DSP, I'd say "Dang it, Grandpa" is how he pronounces Danganronpa. So.
Dang it, Grandpa.
When Wyland told me that first, man, I burst out laughing. I thought that was really funny. Kind of cute in a way, but it's DSP, so it's not really cute, you know?
It's apparently out now.
It'd be cute if he was like 10.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Or
exactly.
5. You know?
Well, I mean...
Where's my Switch port, Spike Chunsoft?
Yeah, exactly,
Fuckers,
Eric. I agree
work on
with you.
that shit.
Yeah, maybe you could tell him "Dang it, Grandpa," and they'll make it happen, Eric. Okay, Breakman, you're up.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era, Final Fantasy 15 streaming available via NTT Docomo service in Japan.
This is interesting. Go ahead and tell us about this.
Final Fantasy 15 is available in a whole new way in Japan, way back in March 2019. Why are we bringing that up? A year later, in March 2020, the company launched its 5G service. Now, Final Fantasy 15 is available to play on mobile devices in Japan via the cloud streaming service. That sounds awesome. This Final Fantasy 15 release allows people to play the game on their devices. It will cost 5,478 yen, or approximately $51.
Yeah.
To start playing, however, this only gives you access to the game for 3 years. What?
Yeah, they shut
renting
down
it?
services after a while.
Oh, $51 for rental? That's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Really harsh. While NTT Docomo does not offer the service outside of Japan, it is actually possible to play Final Fantasy 15 on mobile devices in other regions. The game was among the Google Stadia launch titles. It costs $39.99 for that version of the game, which can be streamed on mobile devices, PCs with Chrome browsers, and PCs with Google Chromecast.
Yeah, you know how you do it? You know how you do it outside of Japan, Break? You play it on the PS4 or the Xbox One like we do. You know, that's how you do it, man. And you pay like what, $20 for the
But
game?
I mean, I could see the utility of like maybe if there's cross save support where you can just pick up and go. So it'd be a good way to play the game on your commute, and then you can go home and play it on your console.
If that's a confirmable way of playing, it would be an interesting concept. But to have a rental for 3 years, I don't think so, man. That's
not for that price.
Yeah, I
No.
agree. I totally agree. All right, anything else, Break?
No.
All right, let's move on to the next story from Silganera.
The game's cheaper at this point on other platforms.
I know, like you can buy Final Fantasy 15 for like $20. Like,
Yeah.
just to stream it for a few years is 51.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
And also
3
you need a
years.
5G phone, so
I mean, I guess their thinking is if you can't beat it in 3 years, then what's the point? But still, I mean, you know,
they're calling you out, Ray.
Like, no.
yeah, exactly. Myro Crystal H will bring Monster Girls to the world. Moreo. However Eric said it. I get tempted. Moreo. Will bring Monster Girls to
I
the world.
haven't had one of those in so long. They're so
How
good.
dare you? You haven't had Crystal in a long time either, Break. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind.
I don't think I've ever done one with a girl named Crystal. I don't know if
It's Moero because
Gotta think about
it's a double entendre. It is Moe and Moero means burn, and so it's burning hearts,
Oh, okay.
girls.
I get it. That's awesome. I like that explanation. So yeah, to bring Monster Girls to the world in 2020, Switch game East Asia Soft has been teasing since May 17th.
It's a fan service game. That's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. So there you go. And there's a little
And the
opening.
arrow by itself means like erotic. So
Yeah. So that's cool, I guess, if you're in. But on the Switch, that's kind of weird. I'm guessing it'll be a homogenized kind of version of, you know.
no, it's not. There's no sex stuff in it, but it's just skin
Yeah, but
and panties and.
yeah, but I'm saying Nintendo will probably.
No, because we got a completely uncut version of the game that came before this. So
Okay.
if this had launched on the PlayStation Vita, it probably would have been compromised.
Okay. Well, there you go. Surprising coming to the Switch, but there you go. All right, Eric. Next story.
Next story is how the physical indivisible Switch release date is going to be set for sometime in June.
And that's probably due to the pandemic too, man. Like nobody knows like shipping. Like we really. I've been lucky to get some of the things that I ordered online shipped. Like honestly.
The Japanese release won't be coming until July 16th.
Yeah.
The word about getting a game out, they don't even have the goddamn system out. They need to work on getting that shit out.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The Switch, man.
Nintendo.
Yeah. Switch
What?
got. Yeah,
Switch?
there's a shortage
Oh,
of Switches,
I've
man.
heard of it before. I heard it's like this system that supposedly exists, but I haven't seen it.
I have
So,
one. I have one. But I bought it like before the shortage.
See, you're now. This is Frank. You keep making up these weird stories. This is the.
It launched on the eShop a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, but that's fat lot of good to that does
Well,
to people
for
that don't
real
have a
this
Switch.
time, because they screwed up and put it up there early.
Yeah,
Oopsie.
yeah.
But
Whoops.
anyways, they're shooting for a June 25th date, but who knows if that'll happen.
Wyland, are you still in chat? Let me know if you're still in chat, Wyland, because I had a question for you. Speaking of the pandemic. All right, let's move on. Anything else on this, Eric? Before we move on.
You can play it through Game Pass on the Xbox One.
Ooh, that's cool.
I think. Then I mean, when I read that it was PC for Windows 10, but that might also include Xbox One, so you might want to check that out. Break.
Okay, Wyland. Shit, what was I gonna ask you? Fuck, that's my train of thought. Walking Dead. Why can we not get that goddamn final episode? Like, of all things, they hold the final. Jesus Christ. I'm not even gonna. I'm so pissed off. I'm like, of all times to like hold like Why? Why? I mean,
They want to avoid a Game of Thrones situation, maybe.
oh, God, it just mishandled. It's the second time that they've done stupid shit with the final episode, man. Just like of the season, it's just dumb. Like it would give us stuff to talk about, like but instead we have to just hope that they give it before, oh, God, man, so holding it hostage is what I'm
That's
talking
kind
about.
of why people hate the Netflix binge model, because all the stuff will come out, you'll consume it, and then you'll have to watch the next thing, and then all the interest in the show will die because it wasn't spread out over weeks.
Are you watching it on Netflix? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I watch it just on AMC, but I'm like,
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say like what? Like,
Wait,
they put it on
Walking
Netflix
Dead-
with just the last episode.
Walking Dead is on Netflix? I don't know.
I think it
or
is.
Hulu or something. I don't know. I don't pay that
It's
much
on one of
attention.
the
I just watch it
streaming
on AMC,
services.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on one of the streaming services. I'm actually surprised it's not on Shudder, because like Shudder's AMC related. Like I don't get why they don't put it on Shudder, but whatever.
I don't get why this was pushed back, because from what I understood, it was filmed, wasn't it? It looked like it was done.
Wyland says, I mean, this maybe makes sense. He says, unless there's stuff that requires people in close proximity to complete is the only thing. It's done. It's done. It's in the can. There's nothing like
They already
everything.
filmed it.
Yeah, it's filmed. It's cut. It's ready. Like fucking release it. It's so stupid. Man. Okay.
The COVID's messed up so many shows. For instance, like the Arrowverse shows. I don't know if it's gonna mess up Legend of Tomorrow, but Flash and Supergirl really had to end like mid-season, or well, not mid-season, but they had to end early. So they had to rush and kind of they ended on huge cliffhangers basically, because that wasn't their original goal. It just
Yeah,
they had
I
to.
I understand. Like if you're in the middle
Now you
of
know how Japanese feel with having
'Cause they-
like multiple cores for instead of different seasons,
yeah,
or
I
they'll just do a mid-season break or something.
yeah, that's
Ugh.
okay. I don't have a problem with the mid-season break,
I
but
hate them.
I don't like them particularly either, but I understand the reason break. Like that really gets people interested in the show, right? If you have a break in the middle and like something like is unresolved, and you're like, okay, there's a reason to go back to it, right? But like if you already have shit done.
Oh, sorry. I was watching a video. I didn't
Wow.
know the audio was going to be there.
Wow, that's awesome.
So you're saying that's how you feel about what Frank was saying? You just don't
You
laugh at
son of
him?
a bitch. You son of
No,
a bitch.
there's a
Peyton.
guy in the video that was laughing because another dude fell into the lake.
Oh, so he wasn't laughing at Frank?
Oh, how
you
dare
sure?
you. They could have had everything filmed but post as a different. Wyland,
Probably sure.
when they, by the first episode, this is mostly the case, right? If you put out a first episode, you have every single episode ready to go. There's nothing that they couldn't send to somebody to cut, or you know what I mean, like that. There's no excuse for that last episode not to be out. Like honestly, they dropped the ball with it, man. Like everything I read, like seriously, there's no real valid excuse why they kept that last episode, which by the way, it's not how AMC does the show. By the way, like could the last episode in any way, shape, or form be better than the previous episode that we just had? Like that, to me, that was the best episode of the whole season. Like there's nothing they could do in that final episode that would just be
I
like.
thought you gave up on the series. So.
No, I watch it because Bernie watches it. I gave up on the show until Bernie was like, well, I still want to watch. So I still watch it for her, but I don't like it. I made it very
Things we
clear.
watch for women.
How dare you?
I look. I've seen every episode, every episode of America's Next Top Model.
You have?
Yes,
Wow.
because Mrs. Brakeman loves the show.
See, this is why you need a Switch break, because then you can just play the Switch while she's watching her show.
Well, I'm not saying like I play games while I'm doing it. I got a phone and shit. but
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I've seen every
Exactly.
episode.
You know what? That's what I should do. Eric, you just gave me a great idea, man. I'll get some Switch play in while
Yeah.
I'm.
She'll watch that new Twilight movie, and you'll be like, "Oh God, I'm just gonna pull out my Switch."
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
she doesn't. She doesn't like that shit.
Yeah. All right, break your up.
She
Baroque.
likes. She's into photography, so she likes like the modeling pictures.
No, that's cool. I mean, I can see that. That's cool. I mean, still, I mean, it's America's top.
I know. I'm just saying, like the things we watch for women.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Break. Oh. All right, Break. You're up.
Coming to us live from, we're still in the news. I'm just live from Silicon Era. Baroque is Sting's next Switch port. Wait, which Sting? The wrestler Sting or the musician Sting?
Neither. The developer / publisher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're continuing to reduce its classic games to modern audiences. A Baroque Switch port is on the way in Japan, and as 4Gamer pointed out, it has been announced on the game's 22nd birthday. Baroque original version will be heading to the eShop.
Anniversary. It wasn't born.
I like how it's Baroque original version.
Yeah, because like the Saturn version was a first-person, like I guess, horror adventure game. And the PS version remixed it a little bit, so it wasn't quite the same. And then the remake that we got in the West was an entirely different game almost.
Yeah, that game sucked from what I remember, Eric. So maybe this will have a chance to be good. Wyland says
need to localize it first. No.
Wyland says my personal opinion. I think it's complete. They're seeing whether or not they can start filming for the next season this year. If not, they may drop it in October as a special. I mean, I guess, Wyland. Like, I mean, fuck. But that's another way they fucked over their fans. Like, I don't see the benefit to it, honestly. They may have to start timing next season.
I'm wondering how much of that other show they had filmed. The show that was supposed to come on after, like, what was it? I forget what it was called.
Oh, the angsty, girly... teenage one.
Yeah, the teenagers, Walking Dead Teenage Edition.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with. I'm sure it'll be okay. I mean, I'll give it a shot, but I don't.
I know what I'm playing this weekend.
I'm definitely not the audience for that movie, but I'll still watch it. I'll still watch it.
Like Fear of Walking Dead is such a bad show, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still cool zombies that show up, but the show is terrible.
I tried watching.
Can we call it Fear of the Walking Dead? The episode title.
Yeah, exactly.
Fear the Fear Walking Dead.
Isn't that the what they're calling it? Fear the Walking Dead. Fear. I don't know. Whatever.
Fear the Fear.
God, man. I mean, how many more spin-offs are we gonna get of that show, man? Ugh. Okay, Broke. Okay, next story comes to us from Silicon Era. First Game Gear RPG Eternal Legend gets English fan translation. That's really cool. Let's see. Developed by Japan Art Media, Eternal Legend tells a tale of a treasure hunter called Arwen. He finds himself caught up in a journey spanning the entire world in order to find the lost city of Millennium. Together with his companions Ryal and Blue Moon, Arwen will end up uncovering mysteries that have lasted since ages past in this long forgotten paradise. Gameplay-wise, it plays like a regular JRPG with strong influences from other games in the genre. For example, it includes a monster summoning mechanic. The game's continents are based on the continents of the real world. So, the translators have also taken the liberty of including the entire walkthrough for the game, as some of the steps needed to progress the story are quite obscure. I hate games like that.
It's an old RPG, so...
Yeah, you have to get hints from, like townspeople, and even then, sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what to do.
Yeah, like Castlevania 2.
Yeah, that's a great example, man. That's a great example. All right, Eric, you're up.
Although the problem there was mostly the localization itself.
Yeah. All right.
Well, even still, there were things that were obtuse in it, like you having to bow at a certain point and use like a garlic or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were still weird things in there that were kind of hard to understand, even if it was translated well.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, Eric, you're up.
Some straight up lied to you too. So
that's true.
That's fucked up, man. That's such a fucked up mechanic. You're like, you go to like a townsperson, and they tell you the exact wrong thing to do, man. It's so stupid. All right, Eric, what do we got?
We've got a New Game Plus Expo digital convention because we don't have E3, so this is like a stand-in.
Yeah, is this the Jeff Keighley thing that's going on, or is that something completely different?
think that's something else.
Okay. All right. So I mean,
There's an array of companies that include NIS America, Sega, Koei Tecmo, Idea Factory International, and Spike Chunsoft will be holding its own streaming presentation from June 23rd, which is about E3's day and time. But anyways, people can tune into the showcase at 9 a.m. PT, 11 a.m. CT, 12 a.m. ET, and 6 p.m. CET.
yeah, you know what's fucked up? They didn't
7
include
hours, and it'll end at 4.
they didn't include any MT on that, so fuck them. I'm MT, motherfuckers. Mountain Time. How come they never show Mountain Time? They always show Eastern Time or Pacific Time, and even sometimes Central Time, but they never. Man, they're fucking Mountain Timist fuckers.
Mountain Time.
Yeah, man.
I like the lineup of developers.
Yes, that's it'll be interesting. Way Forward is in there, which is
So it's basically made up of a bunch of localization companies.
yeah, NIS, Axis. Yeah, I mean I like it. So there you go. June 23rd, something to look forward to. You know what? No sports going on, so what else do we got to do? You know, let's watch this.
Anyways, all you have to do is sign up on their and follow them on Twitch or on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, break. Let's get the news done because we got other shit to get to.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era, the Pollyanna Mother comic will come to Japan in June 2020. Things have been going good in the world of Mother, or, well, Earthbound if you prefer. The Mother Hobanachi project from Shigesato Itoi?
Yeah.
Wow,
you did it, man. Sweet.
The series. Oh, I had to stop and guess on that one. I mean, yeah, I'm stopping, and I wasn't guessing. What? Anyway.
That was perfect Japanese, man.
Thank you. It is a Pollyanna Mother official comic compilation that will contain a collection of stories from 35 people based on the series. The official site will begin selling it for 2,640 yen, $25 on June 12th in Japan. Well, no shit. You said in yen. While general retail stores will have it starting on June 25th, 2020. To help set stage for an official trailer for the Pollyanna Mother official comic was shared. It named some of the people who have created stories for the collection, all while showing panels from their comics. It also shows a sheet of stickers that will be included with the release. Okay, stickers.
It's kind of
cool.
Cutesy, kind of cool.
I'm down with stickers.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I think that was kind of
pins.
You know, stickers I used to put on like computers, like laptops and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like back in the day, like metal dudes with their jean jackets. They used to put on like iron patches. You know, like Metallica and Megadeth, stuff like that. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, cool deal. Anything else on that?
No, that's it.
I do want to mention something as an aside though, but recently someone has uploaded a PDF of an English fan translated version of the Xenoblade: The Secret File Manana Archives, which is a collection of like references that were used in the game.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, homie discounts. Nintendo has some eShop sales. Anything in particular you want to mention, Eric? Because we need to move on.
That might be old.
Okay, then it's old. I'm sure there's still sale. I didn't see anything in particular on the PlayStation or the Xbox.
No, actually, I didn't list anything.
Okay.
I forgot to delete that.
Okay. I know the PlayStation has their Days of Play sale coming up in June, the first week of June, and that'll be running for a couple weeks. We'll talk more about that then.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Sorry.
That's
But
right.
I just wanted to mention the PS Plus membership is still holding at about $32.
Yeah, that's an excellent deal. So yeah, pick that up if you can. I think I'm like 2 years in advance on my PlayStation Plus subscription, so I'm good. Breakman, should I play your music?
Well, let me answer that with a.
So that's a yes?
Oh God, yes.
Okay. That was a spirited harmonica, man. I normally hate the harmonica, but today I'm in it.
Soon he'll be able to do the Dragon Quest victory theme.
Yeah, exactly. Do, you know, and then the
That would be
Final
pretty
Fantasy.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Dear Breakman, what do we got?
I got a couple of things. One is I got a meme from our
Freak?
friend Freak Five Chaos.
Yeah.
It's I'll explain it because it's a warning, pretty much. COVID-19 is some real shit, and this is a sign on wherever, some restaurant or something. Cover your fucking mouth, shut the fuck up, buy your shit, and leave immediately. Absolutely no titty or sock money. Stand back at least. That's also gross, by the way. Really fucking gross.
I mean, titty
Stand back
money.
at least 6 feet away, playa. Like, there are some women that'll like give you that money out of their like pull out their chest to pay when in a store, and they're like, oh, you know, like they think they're being hot or something. And I'm just thinking, like, you're giving me sweaty money. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, next to the titties, okay, I guess, but sock or
Yeah,
crotch
that's even
or
worse.
ass.
Yeah.
Nobody
I don't
wants
remember if
swamp ass money.
I don't remember anybody ever paid me from their sock before, but there were a few times like women paid me from their, like, just reach down their shirt and pull out some money, back in the retail days. So anyway, back to that. Stand back at least 6 feet away, playa. Store capacity limited to 5 motherfuckers at once. You cough, you die. Drink responsibly, YOLO. Thank you for shopping at Tequilas.
That's awesome. Speaking of that type of shit, you guys are gonna really love my stinko this week when we get to it. But that's just a little tease, man. Break. It's an all timer,
Oh,
man.
thank you, God. Here we go.
Yep.
I missed them so much. Dear Breakman. This
Yes!
is from Freak 5 Chaos. And no, don't have to worry. I know it is from Freak 5 Chaos. He actually asked us a freaking awesome question that doesn't involve anal sex or probing or anything like that. What have you done in video games that you wouldn't do, no matter the reward, if you had to actually experience it?
Ooh, this is a great question. Take me a minute, but one thing for sure is like, just I don't know. Have you ever, like, for instance, like for me, it was like going in someplace in Skyrim, like really high, like a mountaintop, and like trying to like survive by jumping off.
Ugh.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously that would never,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I like the Crackdown games, even though heights is my thing. Like, there's sometimes I'll get up really high in a game and just look over and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't even do this. Like,
You know what?
That wouldn't work for me.
I've
so.
talked about it on this show before, Breakman, but it drops my stomach when I fall from big distances in video games, and I don't like that feeling. Like, it's gross. But I did do that in Skyrim just to see if I could survive. Freak Five's in chat. I didn't even see you sneak in there, Freak Five. Welcome. That sign is taped on the plexiglass at the register at the liquor store 3 blocks from his house. So that's a real sign. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's awesome. All right.
Let me see here. Other things that we wouldn't want to experience, if it was real. I play a lot of Fallout, and I was thinking, to get rewards, I pretty much fucked everybody I could, and that was man, woman, machine, and other, just to get perks. I don't think I would fuck everything just to get rewards.
This is coming from you, Breakman, really? I mean, seriously? I was always under the impression that, that's kind of the Breakman thing, you like see something move and,
The I see food diet is I see sex diet.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
see you, we having sex.
Running over somebody like in GTA, like obviously, come on, like even I get freaked out if even somebody's like near my car when I'm driving, like
I kind of know one thinking of vehicles is flying. Like, I am such a terrible pilot. Like, I could not do that in real life. I would crash into a mountain if I got off the runway.
Did you ever
Probably
play?
not. If I got off the runway, I could crash right into a mountain or something stupid.
Did you ever?
And remember Top Gun, the original, when you can sink the aircraft carrier
Yeah.
by running into it wrong? Yeah, that was me.
I just remember crashing because landing was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Weiland says, why? Why?
Own robot.
Break out.
Am I freaking out? Is it? Am I going
You're breaking
robot?
out, not freaking out.
Breaking out? Is it? Can you hear me now?
like zits or something, acne.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Wyland. Can you guys hear me okay? Break and Eric?
No,
Yeah,
you sound better
now.
now.
Okay. New Universal Monsters pop. Gee, Wyland, I was just talking about this with Bernie. Like they're coming out with Kraft Funkos. They're coming out with fucking Killer Clowns. They have a whole set of fucking Zombieland Funkos. And I'm fucked, Wyland. I am so fucked. I'm deep in my horror collection of Funkos, and I don't see any end to it, Wyland. Like, the only end I see to it is just, like, I run out of fucking room. I mean, I got plenty of room right now, but just what I mentioned is going to fill my shelves, and I'm going to have to retire some fucking Funkos here real soon, man. Like seriously. But those Universal Monster ones, I want the original ones, man. But they're coming out with new ones? Fuck. God damn it. Invisible Man, glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein. Jesus Christ. I am. Breakman, you're right. I'm a fucking Funko addict, dude. Seriously. Like, I mean, I just got into...
We need Funkos Anonymous, don't we?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug for Frank.
Oh, man. You
Funko's
guys are going to
a hell
have
of a
to fucking... I'm going to have an intervention, guys. Seriously. Like, I just got in... I thought I was going to complete my collection, right?
Frank is what's wrong with capitalism.
Yeah. The only ones that I was missing was like a regular Godzilla, because I got the fucking limited edition, fire red Godzilla, which is awesome. I got, and then the only other two that I needed was Danny and Wendy Torrance from The Shining. And then I had like a complete collection of horror Funkos. But now that I just mentioned a bunch that I have, and Wyland ruins my life with some more fucking goddamn Funkos. And then there's a couple of Creepshow Funkos that I have to get too. So yeah, you ruined my life, Wyland. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Son of a bitch. You're exiled. God damn it. Okay.
Let's see
anything...
here. Back to the question though. Like what? Just Eric, you haven't really answered. What you wouldn't want to experience?
What I not want to experience?
Let me reread the question.
Yeah.
What have you done in video games that you wouldn't want to do no matter the reward if you had to actually experience it?
Digging that toilet for the Silent Hill keys or something like that. I'm sure you have to do that more than once.
Oh, Jesus Christ. New Beetlejuice. Wyland, fuck off! Jesus Christ, man. How much torture can I take, man? I almost finished my fucking collection. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I gotta stop, man. I'm looking at my shelf here, and I've got like almost every single iteration of Pennywise you can think of. I don't think I'm missing one, the Funhouse Pennywise. But other than that, I've got literally I've got 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 fucking different versions of Pennywise. And this shit's just gotta fucking stop. Stop me. Somebody stop me. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. God damn it, Wyland. Jesus Christ.
I think Bernie is gonna have to take hold of your finances.
I think so too, man. Like seriously. Okay. Yeah, I was buried alive in Funkos, man. Jesus Christ. I'll show you guys pictures, man. I'm actually.
If Frank ever gets super rich, when he dies, he'll make a pyramid made out of Funkos.
No, just the horror ones, man. Maybe the rock and roll ones. Like, there's a few. Like, I have like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, and the Metallica Justice for All pop. But like
King Funko Common.
Like for the most part, and I did get Baby Yoda for Bernie because she's like a huge Baby Yoda / the child fan. But other than that, like if it's not horror related, like or anime related, I I did get the D&D ones because those are good. They got like a gelatinous cube and Mind Flayer and shit like that. But the Haunted Mansion ones look cool, but I'm skipping on those, Wyland, because that it's not really horror related. Like I don't fuck that.
Let me know if they do a Maniac Mansion. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay. Anything else?
Well, let me ask you something else. What about like say Mario? If you use a mushroom, you become super. If like you do that in real life? Do you become super if you eat mushrooms? With this question of his.
No, Mario's hallucinating. We just see what his hallucination is.
Oh, that's what's going on. Oh, I see. The whole game is just a Mario hallucination.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense because when he
So
dreams,
why not?
it turns into a
second-
whole different game.
Yeah, the second game's all about dreaming, so why not?
You know, something to finish up my portion of that question, Break.
He got high, then he passed out, then the second game happened.
Honestly, like, I don't think I could, like, we do it willy-nilly in first-person shooters all the time. Shoot somebody in the head. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't think I could bring myself to shoot anybody unless it was like, you know, oh, Jesus Christ, Wyland. Don't tell me. Are they coming out with Marvel Zombie Pops? Oh, fuck my life.
You're an enabler.
I started... Look, I have a few of those Venomized ones because I thought those looked cool as fuck. Like, I got the Green Goblin one, Carnage. I'm looking at Thanos Venomized. But if they come out with the Marvel Zombie Pops... Fuck, man. That's what I'm saying right there, man. Fuck. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, they are coming out with them. You gotta be fucking... You gotta be... You motherfucker... Fuck.
Damn.
Oh my God, man. This is the worst thing ever,
Yes.
man.
Okay, Funko's Anonymous.
Oh, man. Those are the fucking coolest goddamn things. I mean, I'm looking at them right now.
They're awful.
They-
I want them to all burn.
How dare you? They are not awful horror-wise. We've discussed this already, Eric. Like, these are... Oh, God, man. My wallet's gonna fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Wyland. Thanks for ruining my life. You
I
son
really
of a
like the
bitch.
Wolverine one.
Yes, I do too, man. The Hulk one is... Man, that's hot too, man. That's some good shit. The whole lot of those, man. Can I just buy a set of them and be done with it? I saw the Zombieland ones. Wyland and Bernie wants those, so guess what I'm gonna have to fucking do. Yeah, the craft ones are cool. God damn it, I don't know. I might skip on the craft ones, but ugh. Okay, let's move on. Anything else on that?
Ooh, Bill Murray one.
Yeah, the Bill Murray one is cool.
Let me
I
see.
saw it, man.
Let me
It's
see.
it's
Let me
really really fucking cool. It's really cool. I mean,
Let's do this.
yeah, it's fucking cool, man. Okay, let's move on. I'm glad we finally had a dear break, man. Thanks, Freak Five. Really appreciate that, man.
I know. It's great.
All right.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What you been playing, Break?
Mostly Final Fantasy. Sorry, I had to belch real quick. I had to mute myself to belch. Final Fantasy, I was on, chapter 8 for a couple months almost. And then I decided to go move on after I encountered something that was just way too powerful. And I went through chapter 9 in about a week. And then chapter 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Wow.
I'm on
Well, I
chapter
heard those
13
chapters
now.
are short.
Yeah, those chapters are fucking really short.
Yeah.
It was mostly story. So I'm on the 13th chapter, and I think there's only 14, so I'm on the end.
That's awesome, man.
Unless
really
it
good.
suddenly veers off into open world again, which it doesn't
You
look
could-
like it.
Then you can play all the DLC.
Yeah, there's a ton of DLC.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Congrats on that, man. I can't wait to get your review of Final Fantasy 15, man. That'll be interesting. So there you go. All right, Eric, what you been playing, man?
Just more 7 Scarlet, and I've been getting through hard mode on Final Fantasy 7R, and I finally completed hard mode tonight, but I still have to do cleanup to get the last trophies to get the platinum.
Awesome, man. Wyland, where can you get that pop? Because that's one that is on my horizon. The Creep from Creepshow. That's a good one. I like that one. I've been playing a little bit more. Of course, MPQ and then Dragon Quest 11. I got a few more hours in. I didn't do a lot of gaming this week, but man, the more I play DQ11, I want a DQ8 in that style, man, with the updated graphics, and a remaster would be, man, that'd be something else. But okay, that's all I've been playing. So, All right, let's move on to.
Wait, Eric hasn't played anything?
Oh shit! Did I? No, I got Eric.
No, you.
I got Eric.
What?
You didn't pay attention. He played 7 Scarlet and Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to reviews.
RP Grinders reviews.
All right, Break. Did you have a review this week?
I'll come back to me. I have to think about that.
Okay, Eric, your review of
Yeah.
Trials of Mana.
Yeah, I wanted to cover this a while ago, but that week was just packed of stuff. But anyways, this is the remake of Trials of Mana, which is Seiken Densetsu 3, but which is a game that released way back on the Super Nintendo era and was never released in America. Well, until Collection of Mana happened, but they announced that they released Collection of Mana around the same time they announced it. Like, I think there was at least a few weeks in between, but they announced the remake of the game at the same day. But anyways, it's a much better effort than the Secret of Mana remake because they actually put effort into the game, despite the fact that there was almost no budget because the voice acting is really terrible. But they definitely made sure that they had tweaked the gameplay so that it was a transformative experience and actually worth playing. And I'm pleased to say that the combat is the highlight of the game, and it plays a bit like a modern East game, but slower paced. And they changed the way that you gain skills, and like before, if you were playing the game for the first time, you didn't have a guide on hand. You would just be plugging in random stats, and those would give you spells and stuff like that. But the game shows you what you'll earn this time, and they aren't tied directly to your stats so much as there's this thing that the game calls training points, which are basically like the skill points from Dragon Quest VIII or something. But you can get passive skills that some other characters might be able to equip. If that has a little plus icon on it, anybody can equip it. So those carry over to New Game Plus, so they're helpful. But and speaking of New Game Plus, there's a weird way to access it. You have to beat the game, then play the epilogue portion, and then you're able to do New Game Plus, which is weird. But that makes playing through all 3 scenarios really simple because as long as you have one character that's level 99, you can just steamroll everything. Mm-hmm. But like I said, the voice acting is really bad. But like the East gameplay in the game, it kind of borrows from the well of bad voice acting from games like Wanderers of East.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've played Wanderers of East, but it's pretty craptacular. But it's like a so bad it's good level bad.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you giving Trials of Mana, Eric?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay. So it's worth it.
Yeah. It's $50. So if you feel that's too pricey, you can wait a bit.
Yeah. Wait for a sale. I would probably say, but that's pretty decent, man. 8.5. All right, Break. Going back to you. Any reviews?
No.
Okay, neither do I. So let's move on to Highscapades. I got one this week. Highscapade. All right, Eric. I see that you have a Highscapade this week.
Yeah. It's positively negative, or rather trumping stupid as usual.
Oh my god, I saw this fucking thing, man. Jesus Christ, man. Explain.
He was asked about his test results for COVID because the white people on his staff had got infected. And he was trying to say his test results were negative, but he doesn't know how to talk, so he said positively in the negative.
Yeah, he's something else, man.
He needed to clarify it too because he just said positively.
Well,
Best.
I mean, it became
Positively
this.
best. What? How?
Yeah, it became this stupid thing. You know, it was like, I don't know, man. Like I can't believe even like. Why are we even discussing like, man? This guy's such an idiot, man. He's so dumb. He was positively negative for the virus. That is definitely high. He was definitely high. He was on Adderall when he said that. Eric, did you see that break?
No, maybe he was on hydrochloroquine because he said he took that a week ago.
He's full of shit, man. He's really full of shit. He's way too full of
You
shit.
can't believe anything he says.
Yeah.
Just lots of Adderall.
Yeah, just Adderall. Yeah. All right. Break, did you have a escapade this week? Or?
I did, but I can't find it. I'm looking.
Yeah, I'll do mine, and then if you find it, then you can do yours. I'm calling this one Too Low. So, anyways, Bernie had taken a half a gummy, right? And oh Jesus Christ, God damn it, Wyland, stop it!
You mean like a gummy that has the stuff in it?
Yeah, the good stuff. The good stuff. That's the one I'm missing, Wyland. The I have the painted face one. I don't have the regular one because that's too basic. But the Funhouse one is the one that I'm missing. I don't have that one. That'll complete my collection as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, so yeah, she had taken a gummy because it was her day off and stuff like that. And of course I was doing my thing. And we're just sitting there because there's nothing else to do, but talk and watch TV and, other stuff as you're quarantining. So we're sitting in the car and she's slowly like sinking into her chair, and so I look over and she's like, she's starting to complain about how dry her mouth was. And we had just gotten back from getting drinks from Sonic, right? I'd gotten a Diet Cherry Coke, and she got, I think it was a iced tea, unsweetened iced tea. And so I looked over, and she's just, she's started talking about, how parched she was and had dry mouth, that's one of the negative kind of side effects of smoking or taking edibles or stuff like that from weed is you get dry mouth. And which sucks. It does suck. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the things I like least about it. But so I look over and she's still got almost a full container of iced tea. I'm like, well, like, you realize that you have a full thing of iced tea, right? You could quench your thirst. And so she reaches over, totally stoner right? And she's like, I'm too low. And she couldn't reach, she was sunk into her chair so much she couldn't reach her iced tea. So I thought it was really funny. So that's our high escapade for the week, man. Too low. She was too low to reach for her.
Instead of being the name of a song.
Yeah, exactly. Freakfight says, first, Break watches America's Next Top Model with his pants off so he can fap. Second, Frank is going to need a second tiny house just to house all his Funkos. That's not quite true, Freak. I still have plenty of room here. But, man, with all the Funkos that we just mentioned that, of course, I'll probably get at some point, yeah, it might be an issue, man. But, whatever. I'm only doing the horror ones. That's it. Except maybe the fucking... Well, I guess that would be considered horror. The Marvel zombie ones, those are considered. So there you go. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So, Break, do you have...
As far as that, I'd like to respond with, what's his point?
Yeah, exactly.
He said, for me, he said I watched it in American Samoa. My pants off fapping. What's your point?
Well, maybe Mrs. Breakman is kind of helping while that's going on. That's always good. That's a good thing. So there you go. Break, did you find your escapade?
No, damn it. I don't know if I'll ever find it in again. I'm sad.
What was it, man? Don't.
Basically, this guy made a face mask as a Trump supporter, and his whole point was that he's owning libs by wearing it because it says support Trump or make America great or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking moron. That's what we want you to do. Everybody wants you to wear a mask. You're not owning anybody, you moron.
Yeah.
But
I mean, obviously he owned himself. That's like a cell phone, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. Like, it's not just libs; it's normal people and everything else. But
Oh,
just
that
the whole
reminds me. You know, I told you about there was a one of the tenants around this unit had a Trump 2020 sign. They took it down.
Why? I mean, that's their right, man. They can
I
do
know,
that.
but I wonder why.
I know, that's a good question. I would wonder why they took it down. Like, who cares? Like, I mean, literally, Trump is going up against a zombie. So, like, I mean, seriously, who cares who wins this time? You know, like, literally, like, I don't give a fuck who wins. Like, I mean, at least with Trump, like, you know, we kind of know what he's thinking at all times because he's never thinking, and he just says shit that, you know, comes to his head. I mean, what do we get with Biden? Like nothing. Like vapid, stupid non-platitudes, and I don't know.
I think Biden might be funnier because he'll talk and he'll start saying something and like suddenly he's just kind of staring off into Mr. President.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. President. Hey.
Did you?
Huh?
I
What?
mean, one of his.
What?
I can't remember the direct quote, but he was like, "I'm going to beat Joe Biden." That was his quote. I'm like, really? Yeah, of course you are. I even tweeted out. I'm like, yeah, this is accurate. You know, I mean, seriously. I mean, whatever. Wyland says, I have all the 60s X-Men pops. Those are really cool, Wyland. I thought about getting those, but I'm like, no, I'll stick to the horror ones. Freak says, last, my question this week, I was in a conversation about what video games would you want to play in full immersion VR, something similar to Ready Player One. You feel, smell, taste, etc., everything. And someone mentioned World of Warcraft, and I thought of some of the quests in World of Warcraft that would be horrible if you actually had to do them. All the quests that have you digging through poop. Yeah, I think we mentioned shit like that. I think Eric said he wouldn't want to dig around and poop and stuff like that. So
I wouldn't want to live in like Booger Man's world, you know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
it goes down toilets for warp, you know, because there's a
Yeah.
warp. Actually, you know what? Speaking of that, Mario, like going down pipes to
Yeah.
warp and shit. Like, what the fuck? No, thank you.
Yeah, all the heads you have to cut off carrying around. And
Well,
if
the
you play,
game sanitizes them in later games, so
Yeah.
like you can see what's in the pipe. There's like it's hollowed out and
Yeah.
it's not dirty at all.
and if you play as a rogue, pickpocketing the ogres wearing nothing but a loincloth. Ugh, okay. That video was
Yeah,
hilarious.
there's some
Wyland
fucked up
says.
quests in that game.
Wyland responded to my tweet about that. That video was hilarious about Joe Biden. Wyland, it was, and then then the thing that he said about Charlemagne the God. He was like, if you know, what was it that he said that it was just like so like tone deaf. It was like something about, you know, if you don't support me over Trump or something like that, then you know you're not black or something like that. And I'm like, God damn, this guy couldn't be worse if he tried, man.
No.
He really couldn't. I mean, he's trying to lose. He already said he doesn't need the Latino vote. The path to victory doesn't include Latinos, and I'm like, yeah, good luck with that come November, dickhead. So yeah, exactly. I do think that Animal Crossing in VR would be pretty good. That game would be excellent in VR. Freak 5. If Nintendo ever decided to jump in, that's a game that I would feature in VR like in a heartbeat. Like it wouldn't even be a question. That and Mario. I mean, I could see doing like even Metroid in VR would be fucking amazing, like a Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
for
would
sure.
be. Like I'm okay with shooting stuff in like VR. Like I'd be like, you want to put me in like Call of Duty or something like that? I'm okay.
Yep.
That sounds fun to me.
Yep. All right, let's move on because we're kind of running short on.
Teabagging in virtual space.
Yeah, teabagging.
Yes.
I'll do that to Wyland playing Mortal Kombat. That'd be sweet. I'd be like, yeah, take that, Wyland.
Leisure Suit Larry in VR.
Laser shoot, Larry. Okay.
Leisure shit, Larry, more like.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Some of those games are pretty fun, actually. I don't know. Let's move on to our stinkos.
There are things about them that are just they haven't aged well.
Yeah,
all I
that's
can
true. That is true. All right, let's move on to our stinkos, guys. Wyland laughs.
Ah, what is it?
Stinko of the week.
All right. Let's start with Break. Your stinko of the week, Break.
I want to go last because mine leads into a sweeto.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll start with Eric.
My stinker would be the passing of Anime News Network Zach Bershi. He went by Anzac on Twitter, and he's done a lot of good to help make anime more mainstream, get it more into the public conscious, and grow the community. And I haven't found out how he died, but I think he had cancer,
Ugh.
and he finally succumbed to it.
The big C, man. You know, it's kind of sad when we think about mortality. Like, all of us are going to die in some weird, bad way for the most part. Like, I mean, that's mortality for you, man. Like we're all doomed in some form.
That's
or
something they don't
fashion.
want to talk about. Like nobody tells you that, but like death is not pleasant.
No,
Just like
it's
the whole
not.
dying. Like like for instance, they take you to hospice or something. Like you just die slowly.
Yeah, if I'm ever told I'm gonna be in a hospice, I'm going out guns blazing, man. I'm just gonna like get a bunch of fucking Xanax or gummies or something and just go out that way. I don't want to go to hospice, man. No,
Yeah, like basically you die of like hunger and or starvation and thirst and everything else. Like you just wither away. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm going out on my terms. I'm not going out on just sitting there and just waiting to die. That's not what's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, Freak. Said I want to die in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming in terror like his passengers.
Yeah. What happened, Freak? Did he get in a car accident? Like he fell asleep at the wheel or something? Like,
I'm guessing he means a pilot. His grandfather was a pilot.
oof, man, Jesus, did that really happen, Freak? That's really morbid, man.
Was it during wartime or something?
Ugh, man. Yeah, exactly. Joke I heard years ago. Yeah. Okay. Let me get to mine. Breakman, you're gonna love this one, man. So you know how I feel about the cops, right? Everybody on the show that listens to the show knows how I feel about police officers. I think they're, maybe one step above Hitler. Like literally, I can't stand any of the tyrants. And they're, everybody says, well, there's good cops and there's bad cops. No, there's the thin blue line, and that's it. That's the way it is. If one cop will stick up for another cop that does something wrong, he's just as guilty, just as wrong. So I don't want to hear this shit that there's good cops, because there really is not. Maybe like a newly anointed rookie that's just getting on the force might be okay, for a while until he gets corrupted like the rest of them. So now we know how I feel about cops, right? So I go in to Walmart to get some necessities, and I see an employee without, like, wearing a mask but underneath, like, the nose, which, what is the purpose of a mask if you're not going to wear it properly, right? And I was under the impression that during this time, like, if you go into a business, like, especially here in Denver, we have it mandated where people have to wear masks to go in. Like, it's not, I don't think it's enforceable. I don't think a cop could come up to you and say, put on your mask, and, force you at gunpoint to put on your mask, right? But I think that if that's a city ordinance, it's not an ordinance. I don't even know what it is. It's a mandate, right? But I think for the safety of everybody, especially the employees that are in there, from spreading this fucking lethal disease, right? I don't think there's any question. I think we're almost up to 100,000 people that have died in a matter of months, whereas like it takes a full year for the flu to take people. This thing is like even more spreadable than a flu. It's terrible. There's a reason why that there's at least 6 feet.
It had already mutated by January to get more contagious.
Yes, it's very
which is why it's been so devastating here.
It's very contagious, right? It's super. That is the whole point of the mask. The point of the mask is so, not necessarily that you don't get it. It's so that if you're a carrier, you're not spreading it to other people, right? And in a store where there are a bunch of people,
unless you buy like a really expensive, high quality mask that our doctors should be using,
right? Like an N95 mask, which none of us have, right? I have a fucking mask I got off of Etsy that looks like Michael Myers. That's my mask, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I bought a cloth mask and it hasn't got here, so I bought another one. It only shipped out today. So
yeah, see that's what I'm saying. Like we're having to improvise here, right? But we're doing what we can, right? In these times, like none of us are fucking, germ ninjas, right? If we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. But at least we're trying to mitigate other people from getting it, right? By wearing these fucking masks. So I go in and I look at the manager and I say, your employee right there is not wearing their mask properly. Just pointing it out to him, like, hey, just letting you know. And so they were like, yeah, you're right. And they went over there and they got that person. I mean, no sooner than I see that, I see another fucking employee without their mask on, like around their chin. And I go, so I started to get a little irritated, right? I go, aren't you supposed to be wearing your mask? And he just laughed at me and he said, it's not mandatory for us. He was just laughing, like blowing it off. I'm like, and so I took a picture of him and I put it on Twitter, and it's not a really good pic, and he kind of moved up his mask by the time I took the pic. And I put, I addressed Walmart. I'm like, is this the way that your employees, this employee just told me it's not mandatory for them to wear masks. Is that true? And of course I didn't get a response from Walmart, but the point was there, right? But there's nothing I could do because who am I? I'm not going to fucking put up his mask for him, so I just moved away from him. So I turned around, and coming towards me is a police officer, right? Not wearing a mask. If anybody is to be wearing their mask, I would think it would be
cops kill people, so of course it's in line with their ideologies.
Literally, like if anybody's wearing these masks, the number one people on this list of people that should be wearing a mask that's mandated by the city would be public officials, right? Cops, right? So I got a wild hair up my ass, and I really took my life into my own hands here. And I don't recommend anybody do this, especially if you're a person of color, because I literally could have gotten my ass kicked or killed or, all of the above. So what I'm saying now, there's a disclaimer, don't do this, don't do what I did, but I was so enraged by this point because I'd already had, 2 instances of calling people out on their bullshit. So I got a wild hair up my ass, and I stopped the cop and I said, why, where's your mask? And he looked at me and he pointed, as again laughing, at his side. He had his mask on the side. I was like, shouldn't you be wearing it? And he just laughed at me and walked on. And I'm like, God. That right there is everything you need to know about police, right? That right there is the utmost disregard for your safety and your protection. If you can't even be afforded to put on your mask as a police officer, you are not worthy of serving as a police officer.
I get mad so many people in the area and in the area next over is they're not wearing masks in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like white trash and Trump support around here too. So I see a lot of people not wearing masks.
Yeah, there's a few of those people in there. I mean, I'm almost to the point where I don't even want to go out until this thing settles down. Period. But there are times
groceries, so I'll do that.
Yeah, there are times when you have to go out for groceries. But man, you better sanitize and take all the proper precautions before you get home. Like seriously, it's like a war zone basically. But a cop not doing it is the utmost incompetent thing that I think ever. That you could ever see in public, especially from these people that are supposed to be setting the example and are mandated by the fucking city. I took it seriously, and I really did take my life into my own hands. Cop didn't do anything to me. Luckily, I just moved on. I walked on because I could feel myself getting more angry as his reaction, was basically just like laughing it off. And he had a mask on his hip, and I'm like, God, man, these people are not taking this shit seriously. But anyways, I need to get back to chat here. Freak5 says, my wife retired last year for medical reasons. She wanted to try and keep working until we paid off our house, but her doctor convinced her it was best that she retire. My realization this week is if she was still working, she would probably be dead. Yeah, no, seriously, Freak5, it's... It's sobering to think of that. Some of her former coworkers have died because they caught COVID while taking care of patients before we realized what exactly we're dealing with. My wife would have been taking care of those patients too if she was still working. I'm wearing a mask when I leave my house till my wife tells me that it's safe for her. Yeah, I agree. Freak 5. I mean, Bernie, when she comes home, she immediately takes a bath or shower because we're freaked out about it. I mean, it still can happen. We can still get sick. I know I believe I was already sick, but that doesn't mean I'm immune to like a mutated form of COVID. So, fuck it. I mean, let's just keep as safe as we can. But that's my thing. All right, Breakman, you're up.
Okay, I've got two. First goes to the death of actor Fred Willard.
Yeah. Oof, that was a bad one, man. Best in Show, Salem's Lot. You can go on and on. He has a resume that's really big.
He's one of those guys that's done like a bit part in almost every TV show.
Yeah.
He's been around. So.
Great character actor and super funny. Super funny. Yeah.
So moving on from that sad news. Yesterday I saw a tweet saying that on the Epic Games Store, GTA 5 they're giving out for free.
Whoa.
I'm like, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go ahead and hit the Sweetos?
Oh, hold on. Let me do it.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweet of the week!
All right.
Okay, so I got to the website, and I guess I was a day late because GTA 5 was not free. But there was a sale that started yesterday for a game that even excites me way more because Civilization 6 is now free on the Epic Game Store.
Really? Wow. Okay,
Yes.
that excites you more than GTA?
Yes, Civilization. Oh my God, Civilization's a crack addiction.
I'm not a big sim type of guy, but I could see it. That's cool, man. I think yeah, go ahead.
Final Fantasy Tactics and Civilization, I fall victim to the just one more turn on those games every time. Like I just keep like just one more I'm gonna get these guys over here. I just need to build the walls. Just one more turn. And then my tanks are coming. I'm gonna build just one more turn.
It makes me wonder why Square hasn't ported that to the Xbox One and Switch yet, or anything for that matter.
Mm.
It is on the Xbox One.
Tactics? No.
Oh, not Tactics. I'm talking about Civ 6.
Yeah, so it is.
Okay.
So anyway, my other Sweeto goes to. Wait a minute. I think I got. Oh, I've got 3 Sweetos. I forgot about the other one. There's been a viral video this week going out to of this guy who self-owned himself. Basically, he's went into Costco and refused to wear a mask for his thousands of followers.
Mm-hmm.
And the Costco employee said, "Well, yeah, you can't shop here. Leave," and took his card away from him. Yes.
He actually took his card away?
Yeah, the guy had groceries, and it just like, no, I refuse to wear a mask. It's not. You can't make me wear it. Like the rule in Costco is you have to wear a mask at all times. He refused to wear it, so while shopping, the employee came up, took his groceries, and told him to leave.
I saw that video, and that's awesome. And here's the thing, Break. Like, there's nothing, like, there's no law saying that you have to wear a mask going into any place. There's mandates and ordinances. And
Costco's a privately owned company.
They're privately owned, and yep, I was just about ready to say, if you're a privately owned company, you can do basically what you want. So if they don't want people without mask shopping there, then that's their rules, and that you have to abide by it. The end.
Nobody was infringing on his freedom, like you said, but as we know, this became a national story, and that guy's a laughing stock, and then the Costco employee has been hailed as a, awesome guy.
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
Karma to that dick shit. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, and that's just like the cop that I mentioned that walked right into. You know what I should have done? I should have gotten my camera out and started taking video and asking his name and badge number. And
that's a good point.
yeah, I really should have. Next time,
you would have aggravated him at that point. When you start like pissing off a cop, that's when they really turn on you.
I had a conversation with my dad about that, Break, and I said, look, if I'm gonna go out, that's how I want to go out, like doing the right thing, and bringing light to a situation where you know, things should be different. And if the cop decided to take me out then and there, then that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem doing that. Like, I'm not afraid. I've lived a decent life this far. You know, I've had my ups and downs, and you know, I told my dad, I was like, you know, fuck that guy. Like, he's putting so many people at risk by, you know, he could potentially be a carrier, and that is bullshit. But anyways, let me get caught up on chat real quick. Wyland says Fred was in Stargate SG-1 as Vala's dad. He was in a lot of stuff, Wyland. Freak5 says, in Civilization 2, I would always do my best to build the spaceship as fast as I could. My record was the early 1700s.
Nice.
Yeah. Freak5 says, yeah, Costco has you sign a contract to shop with them. I'm sure there's something in that contract that says they can change the contract, and they probably could have added that you must wear a mask. Even if they didn't, they can. It's just like when that guy
they have signs up front, and Costco, for people that don't shop there, they have attendants at the entrance and exit, so they make you show your card and stuff to get in.
Yeah, it's the same.
So I'm guessing this jackass probably wore a mask to get in there, and then as soon as he was in the store, took it off.
Yeah. It's just like that guy that refused to make a wedding cake for the gay couple. Like, he has a right to do that, you know? I mean, I don't like it. Nobody likes it. I think it's stupid. It's dumb. But see, what does that do? That forces other people to think, I don't want to shop there because he's bigoted, you know? So it's all bad publicity.
The judge ruled that he had to because of what they did. We talked about it. Basically, they sold his information to people.
Yeah. See that?
Right, but that's not. We're not. He's saying as an example. He's not saying like that.
I'm just saying it.
Particular.
Yeah.
Like, and these same people who would get up in arms about this are the same people who were up in arms about gay people getting cakes.
Right. You know? Right. So
because hypocrisy.
Yeah, hypocrisy. Like, if it works, it's the same with Democrats, though. I mean, let's be honest. Like this Joe.
I wasn't saying that at all. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like this Joe Biden thing. Like, people were all over Brett Kavanaugh for being, sexually assaulting Blasey Ford.
And rightfully so.
But then they're not outraged at Joe Biden actually penetrating.
Wrongfully so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just.
I'm going with wrongfully.
Yes.
Yeah, wrongfully's a word. It is a word. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, Biden should be nowhere near. But of course, we have Trump. So, all the rules are out the window. So, there you go. One rapist.
Keeps getting worse and worse with that guy. Like, I don't even want to.
From one rapist to another. Here we go. Who cares at that point? Okay. Eric,
yeah, wait, I got another sweeto.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Today is Brakeman Day.
Oh, it's Happy Birthday Brakeman Day?
It's yes, Brakeman Day. Happy Brakeman Day every day.
Happy Brakeman Day, man. I always forget you guys' birthdays. I know yours was in May sometime, and Eric is in October. Like, that's as much as you're getting out of me, man. Yeah. So if you want to send
and yours is in June. So.
It is. See, like like we know, like approximately, but we never really know. Well, happy birthday, man! Are you doing anything special this weekend? I know the virus is gonna curtail a lot of that shit, but
yeah, I don't really want to go. Like, I went to the store earlier, and it's just like we're not ready to reopen, and there are just too many assholes out there not wearing masks and shit. So.
Yeah, I kind of
feel the majority of people are wearing masks. But there are those assholes, and it's for the most part white guys.
Yeah.
Who, you can tell they kind of think, like, you can just tell, like, they're Trump supporters, basically.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that to Bernie. I was like, you can tell that pretty much the Trump supporters from not, because the ones that are Trump supporters aren't wearing masks, or that are Trump supporters are not wearing masks. And you could tell they're like these rednecky, like NRA toting, like you could just kind of tell, and it's terrible because any one of them could be carriers, Freak5 says, well, to celebrate Brakeman Day, I will open this beer I was already about to open. Local brewery released 2 new beers today, so nice. There you go, Brakeman. He's breaking one open.
Yeah, that you gotta be more specific. You can't just lay that on us and walk away. We need
Yeah,
to.
'cause
Oh, there he did. Both are Russian Imperial Stouts, aged together for 10 months.
That
I don't know
sounds
if I've had a Russian
interesting.
Imperial Stout,
Sounds interesting, but I don't know,
but I
man.
like stout.
Yeah,
So
stouts are okay. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like beer all right. I'm not a big drinker. I'm a weed connoisseur, but beer, I like beer, but I hardly ever
I
drink.
prefer wine.
I prefer beer.
let me ask you. Does it like there's so many like flavors of beer? Is there like flavors of pot?
Yeah, actually, there is break. There's strains that are like real fruity that a lot of people like. There's strains that are kind of peppery that taste really good.
I'm not talking about like edible stuff. I get
No,
that.
no, no,
but,
no,
like,
no, no. I'm talking smoking. Like you get
Okay.
these like spicy kind of like peppery strains that you can really like get into your nasal cavities and you kind of like get that taste of something. There are strains that taste like I said, very like sweet, like kind of candy-ish, and then there's others that taste like fruity. Um, there's all kinds of different ones, man. Like there's some that taste piney. There's some that taste kind of like a skunky beer, and that's like the ones that really like taste skunky, like the smell that you usually associate with pot. Like there's a variety, man. Like I could go through strain after strain after strain and kind of tell you like nutty, like some are kind of nutty, some are
You're kind of nutty.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of different strains that and a lot of people, it's the terpenes in the weed that determine kind of like the way that they taste, you know?
Sort of like hops and beer.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, very similar. Yeah, terpenes though is what they call them. But they've been
Chirpings?
yeah, terpenes. They've been playing with terpenes a lot, like with vaping. So like when you vape, I'm not a huge vapor because I think it's worse for you, way worse than smoking is. But like they've been playing around, like so you can get like from terpenes like certain tastes. Like if you get a banana vaping thing, most likely they messed with the terpenes to make it taste like banana. So yeah, you can do a lot with that, man. Lot with different strains of weeds and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, it is a thing for sure. So there you go. I hope that answered
Alright, cool.
your question, break.
I learned something today, and learning is half the battle.
Yeah. Any more?
Wait, knowing is half the battle. What is
Yeah,
learning?
exactly. Break. Any more Sweetos?
No, that's it.
All right, Eric. I didn't see any Sweetos on your list here.
No.
All right, I have a quick Sweeto. I finally finished sanding a couple of candle holders for my mom, and these aren't the traditional like candle holders. These were real like little ornate candle holders that had rusted. So I was like, well, I could make that look a lot better. So I got a Dremel. A Dremel.
Sorry, some asshole.
That's okay. And I like sanded the entire thing as much as I could, and they came out looking really nice. If anybody's interested, I'll put a tweet out with a pic of them. But they're really nice, and my mom really liked them. So I was pretty happy that the product like ended up looking really good. So that was my Sweeto. So Freaks Sweeto is the beer. So there you go.
They sound really good.
Yeah, they do. I was looking at how he was kind of describing them, but
Yeah.
yeah. Some of those beers are way too expensive, though, man. I'll just stick with my Coors
No shit.
and stuff.
I
but
like the Mad Tree stuff. It's 6-pack for $10. I can do that, but
that's a little expensive, but not too bad.
it is. But like you can get like a 12-pack for like $16-17, which isn't too bad either, really.
That's not terrible.
I mean,
I guess.
but compared to like Bud Light, you can get those are cheaper, obviously. Or,
Oh God, Bud Light
But, I
is
mean-
like the piss of beers, man. Like,
right.
God, Bud Light.
I just use it as an example.
You know,
Um,
and a lot of people tell me Coors is the piss of beers, but I don't see it that way. Like I
I like
I don't know.
I like Coors.
Oh, Coors is so good. If you and Eric ever come, I'm taking you guys to the Coors brewery here, and you get it
Yeah.
Dude, you get it straight from the tap. I know, Eric, you're not a huge like beer fan, but dude, like, man, it's straight from the source there, like as fresh as you can be. It is like heaven, man. It tastes so good. It tastes different than what you get in the store too. I can't explain it, but
You would have to drag me out of there kicking and screaming.
oh,
No,
dude,
no,
here's
no,
here's the
no,
bonus. Here's the bonus
go
break.
beer.
Break. Here's the bonus. They give you a sample, right? It's like this little mini cup, and you can get Coors or Coors Light. At the end of the tour, right? You take it at your own pace. They give you these little hand, tour guide things. But I usually just skip the bullshit and go straight to the lounge. And you get 3 free beers, dude. Like tap beers, and you get your choice between like Coors Light, Blue Moon, like they have all the Coors beers there, man. Killian's, like, dude, it's
Killian's Irish Red is theirs. I didn't know
yeah. Killian's is theirs, and it's good. I like Killian's, man. I like most of their beers, man. It's really good. But yeah, so there you go. Co-worker who was born
that.
in Scotland.
Forever.
A co-worker who was born in Scotland was wearing a cloth mask today with a tartan pattern. This comes to us from Freak5 in chat. I asked him if he had cut it from his kilt. He told me, yeah, I took it from the spot covering my bum. Ugh, that would stink, man. Well, both ways it would stink. But anyways, so yeah, there you go. Okay, we're off to free-for-all.
It's a free-for-all.
All right, Eric, let's start with yours first. We'll try to get both of these in before the end show. We might go slightly over today, but what do you got for us, Eric?
But I wanted to talk about how the Japanese anime industry has a big problem with not paying its workers enough.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That's a problem.
Let's-
This is from the Anime News Network. Japanese union, 60% of voice actors earn half or less income in May. Japan Actors Union reported on Wednesday that based on 293 respondents to its questionnaire, over 60% of freelance actors and voice actors expected to receive half their regular income or less starting in May. Among respondents, 43.3% anticipated having some income at half their regular income or less. And another 22.9% said they were receiving no income. And this is an industry where they're already criminally underpaid.
So a lot of this is due, obviously, to the virus, right, Eric? I mean,
Yeah.
not much can be done. I mean, like, they have a union, and you got to rely on your union to try to get you the wages that you're rightfully owed. But if the companies aren't getting a lot of money, like, how are you supposed to be paid? I mean, it's the reason why here in the United States, I think we now have 35 million people unemployed. Like it's there's a medium there. I don't know what to say. Like, the government should step in and say, here's some money. Like, I mean, like
Yeah,
what
they
Canada
haven't done anything like a bailout. So why on half a day?
Canada is doing $2,000 a month to each Canadian till this thing is over, which I'm guessing will be 6 months from now. United States gave $1,200 for. That's it.
And we have guys like Mitch McConnell who are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that's it.
Yeah, I know, and it's like, goddamn, man, like, people are hurting. I mean, Bernie's fortunate enough to still be working, but I mean, is it fortunate, or is it you're playing with fire?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things, man. Like, but I obviously $1,200 is not a month. $2,000 a month each person sounds reasonable to me. That sounds like you could get through, this thing and the economy.
That sounds to me like you could pay your electric, you could pay your water bill.
Yeah.
You could eat.
Yes.
You have a roof over your fucking head. Yes, like that sounds reasonable to me.
Yes.
$1,200 for 3 months?
Yeah.
Fucking hell are they doing?
$1,200. I mean, I think the United States idea is just to let people die. I mean, I can't.
Also,
the numbers say that's true. So,
this also goes on to say that Prime Minister has confirmed the lifting of the state of emergency in 39 prefectures, which much like the U.S., is still too early, in my opinion.
Yeah, no question. I mean,
because the doctors and scientists tell us it's too fucking early. Maybe we should listen to them, but no.
we never
No, of
listen
course
to
not.
doctors and scientists ever. When have we ever
I
listened
mean,
to them?
Japan never had an economic shutdown, but because they've managed to handle it well despite the seemingly lack of urgency. They should be taking it a bit more seriously, despite the fact that they have a mask culture in place already.
Yeah. I was gonna say that might be helping them, is that they do have that culture where wearing a mask is the norm there.
Yeah. And maybe we should be doing that after this is over, period. Just keep distant, which I normally do anyways. I don't like to be next to somebody, for that reason. Like, I'm not a germphobe by any measure, but this thing has really put a lot of things in perspective, and wearing a mask might be like a normal part of my routine, other than, like, obviously.
I just think Japan needs to, like, maybe wake up to the idea that even though your citizens are probably well protected because of what you've done in the past, you still haven't really thought about how you take care of the economy once the business starts getting impacted.
Hasn't it been proven time and time again, if you take care of your constituents, the economy does fine? Like, it's not that hard of a concept. Like, I don't know why people like Mitch McConnell are fighting so hard to keep money out of people's hands.
I know why they're doing it, because it doesn't help them. They don't make the money of the people who are giving them, like, Big Pharma pays Mitch McConnell a lot of money, for instance.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any money off of the American people. He gets it off of big business.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we've talked about this 100 times before, Breakman. It's money in politics. You get it out, then you don't have that mentality anymore. You have people that are actually willing to go to bat for real people instead of fucking businesses. That's just the way it is. Weiland says virus does not spread easily from contaminated surfaces. CDC says, yeah, that's true, but look at the other part of that study, Weiland. Like, it spreads from people being within 6 feet, or it could spread even longer than that. But 6 feet is like the minimum that you're supposed to keep from people because of the droplets that go in the air. Like, that's, every time you speak, like there's droplets of fucking virus or germs that are coming out of your mouth, and that's just the way it is. They found that 6 feet was, kind of the distance that most of those droplets, like, fall to the floor, and then, that's, that. I mean, it's good to know that it is but it's super contagious nonetheless. You touch your face. Let's say you're within 3 feet of somebody and somebody doesn't have a mask and they're a carrier. The droplets get on your hand, for instance, and you happen to, like, wipe your brow. Well, there you go. I mean, you now are contaminated. So it's like
I've learned it's completely impossible for me not to touch my face.
Yes, I agree. I know your face always itches. There's always something going on. Like, I wear glasses. The mask that you put on, like, you're always constantly adjusting it, like that. I mean, yeah, you're right, Break. But I think I wear the mask just so if I get it, I don't spread it to other people. That's
right.
That's the reason. So
basically, the people who don't wear masks are total selfish assholes. They don't care if they give it to somebody else.
Yeah. And I have no.
I'm healthy. I'm fine. You don't know that you're not carrying some disease. We shouldn't just be worried about the deadliest. We should be also worried
I
about
think
stuff
basic
like
virology should be at a class they teach at school, mandatory.
Absolutely. Another movie that people should be required to watch is Contagion. Like, even though, like, that virus is a little too dramatic, like, it doesn't. I mean, that had like a almost 100% mortality rate. The everything in that movie is so eerily connected to what's happening today. Contagion is a fantastic movie to kind of understand how shit spreads, and it's very, very accurate in that sense. So I highly recommend people watch that. Like, it's
Is that streaming anywhere?
I own it, so I don't know. I bought it. It was, like, on sale, and I was just like, yeah, I want to own that movie because it's like a good reminder of how shit spreads so easily, Okay, speaking of, we might as well do this real quick, guys. What is the sickest you've ever been? And I'll start with you, Breakman.
Maybe when I had pneumonia as a kid. In high school, I was out of school for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, pneumonia's no
it hurt
joke.
to breathe. That was fun. At one point, I couldn't swallow anything. So
Yeah.
that was fun. I think
Yeah.
that was probably the worst.
Yeah,
most-
I had to say that too because I think I had pneumonia at least once.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I can think of two things. The sickest I've ever been. One time I got stung by a bee. I'm deathly allergic to bees. I found out. Found out the
that
hard way.
sucks.
Yeah. Speaking of couldn't breathe, like I started developing like hives, and my throat swelled to the point where I could barely breathe.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I have an EpiPen and everything, man. Like seriously, like it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then
when,
the
when
other.
I could breathe. My problem was like when I would like inhale, it hurt. Like
Yeah.
my chest hurt
Yeah.
to breathe is what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, yeah, no, pneumonia is no joke, man. Like
Yeah.
it's terrible. The other time was when I got this virus. Like
Oh yeah.
pretty sure I had it. Like there was no other way to put it. Like you said, it hurt to breathe. Like
Ugh.
That was
Yeah, it was
basically
like-
me too.
and I don't know how I drove myself to the hospital. I was like literally sweating, even though I didn't have a fever. I
think
usually
I had it better than you though.
I
'cause
usually-
don't think it hurt just nearly as bad as you did.
I usually have a lower temperature anyways. Like I normally temp out at about like upper like 96 point something or 97.2 or something. So I my temperature is always lower anyway.
You're
So I
cold-blooded.
yeah. So when they took my temp, I was only like I think it was like 99 or 98.9, which is that's a fever to me, you know. And I could tell because I was sweating. I was not having a total hard time breathing, but like it hurt to breathe. And yeah, I don't even know how I got to the doctor, but I even told Bernie, I was like, you stay here. I don't want you driving with me. You know, if I got this fucking virus, like I was so naive. I'm like, oh, they're going to test me and I'm going to figure out if I have it. And if I have it, they're going to treat me and blah, blah, blah. And we all know how that ended up. But yeah, I was really sick. And that was probably as close as I've ever come to, in my view, dying. That's how bad I felt, man. Like that day was like, to me, it was like hit or miss. Like I was afraid to go to sleep that night. So, yeah, terrible. The only other close brush with death I had was the time that I almost went to see Batman at the Aurora Theater. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the two sickest times I've ever been, man. Like getting stung by a bee and this fucking virus. So there you go. All right, I think that's all we got. Wyland says, yeah, what are you guys like? Tell us at RP Grinders, on Twitter, what the sickest you've ever been. Wyland says,
Wyland wins, by the way.
yeah, he says sickest I've been is when I was playing checkers with the Grim Reaper in the hospital. Yeah, that I know, Wyland, you've had some
many
issues,
people
man.
can say I was in a coma, so yeah, you kind of.
Yeah,
Win.
Wyland's been through it, man. Like Wyland, that's why I always check on you every once in a while, man. Like I want to make sure you're doing okay. You know, I know you've had a rough go in it, man. You've been in the hospital here and there, so you're no stranger to sickness. But I'm glad you're good right now, man. I'm glad you're staying safe and don't have this shitty fucking coronavirus, because it really sucks, man. But yeah, no, there are a few people like that, man, that have been in comas, and whew, man, that could not have been fun at all, Wyland, at all. All right, anything else, gentlemen?
No, why are
let's-
we ending like this? We need some change here. We need some.
Well, I was gonna say, you could do your plugs.
Also, I wonder where the hell Dungeon Buster went off to.
Yeah, I know, man. Hopefully Dungeon's okay. Wyland says, yeah, imagine having COVID with your kidneys failing. Yeah, oof, man. Ugh, yeah, sorry about that, Wyland. I'm glad you pulled through though, man. Yeah, for sure. Holy harmonica, Freak Five says.
Harmonica makes it even better.
Let's do our plugs. You know, I firmly believe, Breakman, you are the bane of my existence, man. All right, Breakman, your plugs. Well, that's better. Now you redeemed yourself, man. All right, plugs, Breakman.
You can follow me at Break_man on Twitter and also at RP Grinders, where you can ask Dear Breakman a question, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and you can all.
That was a great question. I love that question.
Yeah, it was a great question, Freak Five, for sure. You can also tell us the sickest you've ever been at RP Grinders, and we will, definitely let you know. Give you a shout out on the show for sure. Eric, your plugs, please.
And you can find reviews I've written on sites like BostonBashBrigade.com, TotallyGN.com, VogNetwork.com. And if you like what I've written, you can support me on my Patreon, which is included in my Twitter profile at EricRPG. And send me as little as $1 would help out.
Yeah. Send some love his way, man. Eric does really good written reviews. So there you go. Anything else, Eric?
Happy Memorial Day if you live in the States.
Yeah, remember the people that you've lost, that you care for, because I always do that every year. This year will be pretty hard for me, but it is what it is, and hang in there if you're having a tough time. If you need to talk to somebody, you can always talk to me. I'm on Twitter at Frank Branches, and most likely I'll give you my personal cell number if you need, somebody to talk to. So, go ahead and give me a ring if you're having a tough time. I've been there, done that, had a lot of tough times. So, we don't need anybody dying on us this weekend. Things are rough enough as it is. So take care of yourself, and if you need to talk to somebody, do it, You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. Thanks to everybody in chat. Thanks Freak Five. Thanks to Wyland. Commander Root was in there. Let me see if anybody else was in chat. Yeah, there was a few people. Another TV viewer. Lurks was in there. Thanks for joining, Lurks. Lurks is on Twitch. Make sure you check out his Twitch channel. He does a lot of first-person shooters like Fortnite and other stuff. At Apex, I think. And Tade was in there. Thank you so much, guys and gals, for joining.
Sony's getting at people. We're sorry the PS Plus selection sucks this month.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it was really... Those games really sucked this month. It was like Farming Simulator and some other stupid bullshit. The other game wasn't too bad. It was like...
Well, City Skylines is apparently a fun game.
Yeah, City Skylines.
It's also a game that most people would not want to play on.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Oh, in two months' time, exactly, from today, is going to be our 600th episode. I don't know of very many weekly podcasts that have been going 600 episodes strong, so you might want to join us for that one. Be in chat, because I'm going to be giving away a free game of your choice. So I will be asking a question on that, but you have to be in chat to win it. So make sure and be here live Friday, 7 Eastern, 2 months from today. What's that?
Freak said the SGU.
Oh, I don't.
Skeptic's Guide to the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Skeptic.
I know that there are some Freak Five. I'm just saying, it's kind of like a rarity to see a weekly episodic podcast that reaches 600. There aren't very many, and I know for a fact we're the only role-playing game podcast that's reached that milestone. So, and we do other stuff too. But anyways, it's a milestone that not very many podcasts reach, is what I'm saying. So, join us live 7 Eastern for the giveaway and the show. It's gonna be fun. We'll have a good time reminiscing about some shit. Maybe, of course, the giveaway. I'm working on trying to get a celebrity guest appearance. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but hopefully that will happen. And we'll see how things progress. But let's see. You can follow me on any of the systems, whether it be Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft. RP Grinders is my tag, so if you want to add me, I'm mostly on the PlayStation, but I from time to time will get on the other two systems, and I'll add you if you've already tried to add me on there, and there you go. So, all right, I think that's all we got. You guys have anything else?
Stay safe. Keep washing your hands and wearing a mask, please.
Freak5 says, I think the Outlandish podcast may have met that milestone. They are an RPG podcast.
So in other words, you're saying we have some people to kill.
Yeah, I highly doubt it, Freak5, but if that's the case, congratulations to them. But they're not like this show. We are a unique show for sure, man. I mean, I know of.
There's Orange Lounge Radio, which is much larger than us.
There's no question about that.
Episode count.
No, I understand that. I'm not saying we're the only one. I never said that, Eric. I'm just saying we're the only show of our kind to reach 600. Yeah, dude, fuck off, Freak5. You son of a bitch. He tries to get a rise out of us all the time, man. All right, yeah, anybody's better than
I've
us.
never heard of that podcaster group.
Anybody is better than us, Freak5. I mean,
That's
you
right,
should know
sir.
that, Freak5. So there you go. We're the worst show that has reached 600. How about that? There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else, gentlemen?
It's time for food.
Yeah.
Food quest.
Stay
Yeah,
safe
that's
stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we're out. Later, everybody.
Happy Breakman Day to me. Happy Breakman
Man
Day
to you. Happy Breakman Day, dear Breakman. Happy Breakman Day to you.
Happy Breakman Day. Nothing else? Nothing?
Cowbell?
Cowbell.
Nothing?
Oh, no, yeah.
Jesus Christ, you missed your cue, man. What's wrong with you, Breakman? On Breakman Day. God damn it.
I didn't have it in my hands. What can I say?
Freak5 says they started as a WoW podcast. Uh-huh. You see, Freak5? Yeah. And WoW doesn't count as an RPG.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
It's an MMO.
Yeah. That's an MMO, man. Like, that's a whole
I mean,
different category.
Yeah, sure. There are RPG stuff in it, but
Yeah, it's not an RPG, Freak5, so no. I discount that show. Discount that altogether. Yeah, it's an MMO RPG. When's the last time we really talked in depth about an MMO RPG? Damn it. What's wrong with you, Freak5? All right, guys, thanks a lot in chat, man. Really appreciate you guys. You know how it is. And if I was to guess, I would say either Wyland or Freak5 is going to get the free video game on episode 600. That's my guess. But maybe Dungeon. If Dungeon shows up for 600, that'd be cool. But those two, yeah. Wyland says Darkseid will be in Snyder's Justice League. Okay. Well then, good. I mean, great. All right, I'll see you guys on Twitter or whatever. You guys have a good weekend. Really appreciate you guys in chat. You guys
if
rock.
they're gonna make it 4 hours, they might as well just make it 2 fucking movies.
No, I don't care. I'll watch a 4-hour movie. I don't give a fuck. I mean, what else we got to do in this pandemic?
Lord of the
man?
Rings.
You should give out 2 free games so me and Wyland can each win a game. I'll think about it, Freak5. If I have enough money in my budget, I might just do that. So there you go. Maybe you could win 2 games, Freak5 or Wyland. Maybe that's a good incentive. Okay, later, guys in chat. Really appreciate it.